I honestly cannot believe it. Today marks 5 years since the start of this Late Night Countdown series. It is Wednesday, January 31st of 2024. And on this day 5 years ago, we started this very Late Night Countdown series. And let me go to my channel real quick just to specifically clarify I am not messing around. So we're going to have to go all the way down to where we find the Late Night Countdown series. There it is. And see, it hasn't been updated since November. Mainly because the last time we did this was the month before New Year's. So, as you can see, it may still say 4 years right here, but mainly that's because, of course, these videos are always uploaded after midnight of the respective month, when it does turn the respective month. So, as you can see, the original was 45 minutes. Honestly, I'm glad I don't make them this long anymore, because you'll notice that as time went on, these kept getting shorter and shorter as time went on, especially this one. But to purposely clarify, these are starting to get shorter as time goes on. Some of these are an hour long, some of these aren't, which is good. But you'll definitely notice that there are some that are slightly long and also pretty short at the same time. Now, I'm pretty sure this one is probably going to be slightly short as well. Maybe not as short as the last one, but I'm not sure. But right now it is currently 11:53 p.m. on Wednesday, January 31st of 2024. We are about to enter Thursday, February 1st, 2024. And dang, I have no idea what else to say. It's just, I am genuinely surprised that it's the end of January. Whoa, where did the month go? I'm gonna be genuinely honest, though. This wasn't really the greatest month to start off the year, if I'm being completely honest with all of you. And I'm being serious. You may have noticed I have uploaded less this month as opposed to, say, December, for clear example. Once again, I went back to school at the beginning of the month, specifically January 8th, if any of you are aware. So that's one of the main reasons. And that's still true, considering I didn't upload anything on January 30th. Here's the thing, I wasn't at school that long that day, only 2 hours, because class is only 2 hours, and then sometimes we normally go off and do other things. But yeah, on Tuesday, January 30th, it was only 2 hours. Well, class is normally 2 hours, and always has been. There have been some very random days where it's only an hour. Actually, I think today was only an hour, and a lot of us were surprised. And ironically speaking, on the first day back this month, it was also ironically 1 hour, which was a complete surprise. Nobody saw it coming, including myself, especially for it being the first day back. But mainly my classes are 2 hours long, which is fine length. I've been able to, of course, withstand that. It's great. It truly is great. And we still get another 2.5 months until it's all over, because it's only a 1 year thing, and then we graduate at the end of April. Don't know exactly when, but it's definitely at the end of April from what I heard. Probably within the last few days, or something along the lines of that. But yeah, that can explain my lack of uploads throughout January. And I'm going to be kind of honest when I also say this. I was also kind of exhausted after school the previous day on January 30th to also thinking about upload anything. And while it was a shorter day, I don't know, I was just kind of exhausted after all that. Even though it was a very short day, I was just kind of exhausted after that. it really pushes you. So that's why my upload schedule hasn't been that consistent in the past month. If it hasn't already made itself freaking obvious. No, this is actually serious. I'm not making any of this up. So I again want to apologize for a very, 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 very lackful upload schedule. But it is understandable though. And again, there were 2 days this whole month where I straight up did not upload a single thing. And I guess January 2nd also counts, but that was a few days before we went back. That was like 6 days before we went back. But yeah, and I almost didn't upload anything on January 9th, ironically. If it wasn't for that Club Penguin Journey video I made that night, I would have not uploaded anything that day. And I almost didn't, actually. But hey, that video ended up getting a lot of views anyway. The Ruby and the Ruby stage play video for that ended up getting a whole lot more views than I intentionally thought, considering it was very late of when I made the video. And I don't mean just in terms of just time. No, I mean like in terms of the day it was made. Like 2 weeks after it came out. So, that's something. Anyway, it is 11:57 p.m. We just got a few minutes. Yeah, we only got like 3 minutes left. But, again, I just wanted to purposely explain and apologize for a very lackful upload schedule. And this might be a thing until it's over. I mean, I do have spring break in March, like the second week of March, so that's good. And then by then it'll go back to being more insane. But yeah, there you have it. That can explain for my lackful upload schedule. Like most of these days have only had like one video or two, not the usual 3 like we're used to. And to be honest, I'm okay with that. I'm genuinely okay. But now that you have a good understanding of why I didn't upload much, there you have it. With all of that out of the way, I apologize that took up 7 minutes of the video. But we are 2 minutes away till February of 2024. That is... oh my god, that is insane. And yeah, 5 years ago, again, like I said, we started this series. And in the update video I made not long before this, I had a simple question. Do I go further beyond this point in terms of this series? And I'm actually going to show you, because there is actually, ironically, a comment by CoolGuy33, and I better make this quick before I miss it. Yeah, let me just get this out of the way. And yeah, let me just pull up the time. There we go. Just do not want to make sure I mess this. So yeah, CoolGuy33 responded to this and said, you might just want to take a hiatus from late night countdowns and school ends to see if you think it should be gone. And if I'm being honest, that is not a bad idea. And I said that's not a bad idea, actually. And you know, I might actually do that, considering, I'm not gonna lie. If you're unaware, I do have to get up pretty early for these days, unfortunately, but I've gotten rather used to it. So yeah, anyway, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. How the hell are we already in February? That is absolutely insane. Like, oh my freaking god. Oh my god. We're already in February. Holy frick. Why do I feel like this year is gonna fly by again? A simple reminder to every single one of you right now. This month ends here. February 29th, 2024. Will there be a late night countdowns that night to celebrate Leap Day? I honestly don't know where to go from here. As I stated in that update video, I genuinely have no idea where to go from here. And if I'm being honest, I really don't know where to go. CoolGuy33, though, does have the right idea. I probably should take a little break. Because while the night of February 29th happens to be a Thursday, and that goes into a Friday, which I don't normally go to school for, as I've stated multiple times, here's the thing. March going into April is a Monday. Well, we do get to do a late night countdowns on Easter if I'm going to actually do it. But I only have 3 more late night Actually, yeah. After tonight, I only have 2 more late night countdowns before the whole school year's over. Because by the time we do the May one, it's going to be over. So I only have 2 more left before the whole school semester's over. Just the whole thing in general. So that's interesting, to say the least. But I think you know exactly what we're doing now. It wouldn't be a late night countdowns without going onto Legos Island. Alright, we are loading up the world right now as we speak, and you know exactly what we're going to be doing. You know exactly what we're going to be doing today. The schedule. That's literally all that needs to be said. I'm, legitimately not kidding. So, this is probably not going to take that long. Now, the only reason I say that, respectively, is mainly because this really should not take long at all. At all. So, we're going to go with, February 2024. My God, man. Oh my God, man. It should not already be February. And like I just said, January genuinely was just not the greatest to start off the year for me, if I'm being honest. I've seen better. I've seen better years that I've started off with, and this wasn't one of them, so yeah. Just a lot happened that month. A lot happened. The only thing that legitimately I felt good about for January, in terms of just outside of just this channel, was of course, well, actually it relates to this channel because we did end up hitting 1,000. And that was like one of the only good parts of January for me. If I'm being honest, the rest just wasn't that great, if I'm being honest. I don't know, man. That probably could also explain my lack of uploads. And who knows, maybe in the future I might go into more detail. I might actually make that a Saturday Stories at one point. Because a lot happened on and outside of this channel. But I will agree, though. It was something. Right, I know exactly what we're doing, so... Right, I'm trying to find the blocks. Sorry about that. I'm literally just trying to find these blocks. Okay. So we're gonna remove all of this, obviously. And, hold on. So we have the Underground Party Room Anniversary, then Operation Legos Island 2024, then Valentine's Day, and lastly, Operation Wilderness in the future, or just Operation Wilderness 2024, just in general, like, respectively. So, pardon me 1 second. There we go. But yeah, I just wanted to just purposely clarify that real quick. Actually, we can actually keep the item frames there, considering, well, this is all its own section. And then, I actually don't even know what I'm doing for the color scheme of Operation Legos Island 2024. So, I gotta figure that out, like, right now, considering it's meant to go on this schedule. Let's do the Valentine's Day one first. Actually, pardon me just 1 second. I want to make some slight improvements. Now, I know these are in the Zoa's Lab 2 colors, let me change that. And let me get this out of my inventory, considering I don't need that. Actually, let me just 1 second. Let me see if I can do this. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the legitimate color scheme of this party. I just want to just make something absolutely clear. I don't know if that's going to be like the legit color scheme of the Valentine's Day party. So that might change over time. So don't be surprised if that's legit, because over time, that color scheme for what I put right here for Valentine's Day, that might actually change to something different. So do not be surprised later on in the month if that is true, because that's just probably a temporary one. But we also are about to set the record for like the shortest Valentine's Day party ever in this island's history, only lasting like 3 days, ironically. Like, just in general, like, it literally only just lasts 3 days. Now, that's mainly because of Operation Legos Island, which the only intentional reason is because of its 5-day length. But, to clarify, that's fine. And the only reason I say that's fine is because it just is for some freaking reason. Oh, yeah, I actually needed this sign. But we're actually almost done. We are almost done. We are almost done with this schedule. I promise. Yep, let me just do that. Dear God. It's crazy that, like, a majority... It's just crazy that we've had, like, the Underground Party Room here for, like, 5 years now. At least on Saturday. February 3rd, which can explain why I put February 3rd there, because that's ironically when it was. And then, of course, this is for, obviously, Operation Legos Island 2024, which, again, I have to actually have a legitimate color scheme for. So, I'll do Grinding Obsidian for right now. The color scheme's probably going to change later on. So, like the Valentine's Day party, do not be surprised if the color scheme here changes later on. Do not be surprised in the slightest. Actually, scratch that. Let's do this. That actually looks really cool. That actually looks interesting. But again, there's a good decent chance that that's probably going to change later on. Let me just go ahead and do this. And we're actually, again, almost done. Actually, you can probably see we are, considering how fast I'm typing this. But I can confirm, though, we are almost done. Like, all we gotta do is Operation Wilderness in the future. I cannot believe it's been almost 5 years now since the corruption. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, holy frick, man. How has it been that long? And I am just surprised it took this long. I don't know. Maybe I might change the color scheme later, as I previously addressed. But for now, I will keep it that way until I feel like changing it later. Which, knowing me, I probably will. Lastly but not least is, of course, Operation Wilderness in the future. Which is, of course, obviously Operation Wilderness 2024. But it takes place in the future to celebrate 5 years. And yes, does ironically start the exact same day that it did in 2019, which was February 22nd. And here is your proof. Oh, frick! We're going to be hitting 900 episodes this month. Well, the schedule's done, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, we have the Underground Party Room 5th anniversary on February 3rd. Operation Legos Island 2024, Corruption, from February 6th to the 11th. It is only 5 days. Valentine's Day Party 2024, from February 14th to the 17th. It is only 3 days. Operation Wilderness 2024 in the future, February 22nd to the 29th. And lastly, on literally the last day of the whole month, in exactly 4 weeks, is the 900 episode party from February 29th to March 3rd, ending on March 3rd respectively. Wow. What a freaking jam-packed month this is! And the fact that a lot of these events are so close to each other is actually kind of insane. I think as the year goes on, a lot more of these events will be spread out a lot more, which is good. Considering, holy frick, a lot of these are so close to each other. So you're telling me we only get 3 days of downtime prior to Valentine's Day event? You know what, I'm actually cool with that. The only thing I am genuinely getting kind of worried and concerned and slightly stressed out about is, speaking of stress alone, I am praying. I am praying right now that I don't get through that again. Now, the last Operation Legos Island in 2023, I never felt that. Maybe only on the first day and last day? But outside of that, I felt actually good. The only problem this time is that now I actually have something ongoing during this. Thankfully, I can confirm the day that this starts, it's one of my shorter days in school. So, that's good. Like, the last day of this, February 10th, is thankfully a weekend. Actually, 2 out of the 5 days are weekend days, which is good. The only day that I feel like I'm gonna be there the longest, though, is on the second day. But I think outside of that, I think I should be good. So that's the only thing I'm kind of concerned about. But I think I will be able to get through this again. Especially since it's 5 days, as opposed to, of course, 7 or 10. Thank God. And, well, that's all I gotta say. Literally, guys, that is literally it for this entire Late Night Countdowns. And it's been 5 years, man. 5 years of this thing. And again, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna go from here. Again, like OK33 stated in that comment, I might just take a little break until the school year's over. Because, again, normally I have to wake up pretty early. Now, thankfully, the one going into March, again, is thankfully a weekend, so if I do decide to do one for Leap Day, I don't have to worry about getting up early the next day, because it'll be a weekend, a day that I don't go there. But the one going into April, though, which is ironically on Easter, yeah, that might be a problem. So I'll let you guys know if I'm going to do it on February 29th or not. I mean, that night shouldn't be a problem, again, considering that goes into a weekend anyway. So, at least for me, because, again, I have Friday off. But I'll let you know if we're going to go any farther. But for right now, I'm just very proud of myself for being able to just do this, like, every single month, at the end of the month, except for New Year's, obviously, for 5 years. And genuinely, and I'm being genuinely serious, I still want to thank you guys for watching this series still. And yeah, so for now, happy 5-year anniversary to Late Night Countdowns. I have no idea if we're going to be continuing this from this point forward. Again, I will let you know as we get close to the end of February if this is going to be going for a 6th year. But yeah, I will let you guys know towards the end of February if we're going to be doing this for a 6th year or not. But I might actually take CoolCat33's idea into consideration, and I might actually take a break until we do the May one. So, yeah. But again, I will let you guys know as we get close to the end of February if we do this again. But again, I might actually take Cool Kid Freddy Free's idea into consideration for probably just the sake of myself alone. But until next time, I will see you all next time. And yeah. I just can't believe we've been doing this for 5 years now. It really makes me just want to go back and rewatch them. Not in a video, just on my own time off camera. God, no. I don't think I ever want to make a look-back video based off of any of these late-night countdowns. But that's something I will probably just do on my own time. Off camera. Because of how long they are. So, yeah, don't expect a look-back video based off of a late-night countdowns. That's something I could just do on my own. And, yeah, see you next time.